Hi there, Dal from Challengers Comics here to talk to you all about this week's new books for the week of Wednesday, December 11th at Challengers Comics and other comic shops around the world. This is the second time I'm recording this video because since I'm doing this all by myself, when I had shifted the phone in my hand slightly to position it better to film a cover, I inadvertently hit the pause button, and I have no idea at what point I hit the pause button, and I'm not going to go back and check. So we're going to take this all from scratch, and we're going to try and do it a lot faster because, again, second time I'm doing it, starting from the back of the alphabet. Uncanny X-Men number 7, Raid on Graymalkin, part 2 of 4. The reason is they put the mark. So the iPhone, I guess they moved the pause button to the bottom left corner, which is kind of where I'm putting my hand when I'm trying to stabilize the camera. So that's what did it. I hate this design. Okay, great. Uncanny X-Men number 7, Raid on Graymalkin, part 2 of 4. This is the 2-month 4-part crossover with X-Men. This has a Bendis Rogue variant. This has the second of 4 connecting Chris Giarrusso X-Men number 1 homage covers, and of course a 1 in 50 variant at a very high ratio. Laura Kinney Wolverine number 1, written by Erica Schultz, a great first part, a great first issue that is not a first part. It is a done-in-one story. There will obviously be more issues, and there will be a much larger story coming, including a larger crossover with the Marvel Universe, but this is very much a first issue that is the creative team trying to tell you what kind of story they want to tell and what they think of the character, which I think is a very fun way to do it. This isn't the sort of thing where the premise happens on the last page. They give you an entire full adventure with Laura Kinney Wolverine. It's good. Ultimate Universe, 1 year in. If you are reading the Ultimates, you definitely need to be picking this issue up because this is by Dennis Camp, who writes the Ultimates every month. This is now the 1 year point of the launch of the Ultimate Universe by Jonathan Hickman back in Ultimate Invasion. Now we get to see what's become of the universe and how things are going and what horrible things are probably going to happen in 2025 for most of these characters. Also introduces the Ultimate Wolverine in the back of it. He'll have a new 12-issue series starting next month. So if you want to kind of get on the ground floor of that, going to want to pick this up. New issue of Transformers with 3 different incentive variants, a cool B cover by Corona and a cool A cover by Johnson. Who is that in the background? Could be anybody. I think it's Seaspray. Thundercats has both the first issue of the new Apex miniseries and the last issue of the Chitara miniseries. Superwoman Special. We pulled this for everyone who got Superman, but if you are someone who buys books off the shelf, do not miss this. This is by Josh Williamson. It is a key chapter in the new story of Lois Lane, Superwoman. You get to find out a little bit more about how she got her powers and a lot more about why she wants to keep them. We've got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This is a new miniseries. I think it's a miniseries. It's a prequel to the upcoming DC Plus animated series, as it states on the cover. I, honest to God, do not know what continuity this is supposed to be in. I presume it's Spider-Man Homecoming-ish. It doesn't feel like it's directly canonical to that movie, but it feels very much in the vein of, like, if you like that vibe for the first Spider-Man movie from Marvel Studios, this is sort of the prequel. I guess the animated series is a prequel to that, and this comic is a prequel to that animated series. I don't know, man. House of Ideas. Someone read this and tell me what the deal is. Designs by Leonardo Romero on the cartoon series, so he was kind enough to do the 2 covers that I'm showing you right now for this book. I hope the animated series is fun. Let me know what this deal is. Thanks. More holiday specials this week. Winter Snowdown Showdown from friend of the store Daniel Kibblesmith writing this Powerpuff Girls special. Scarlet Witch with a Peach Momoko, Scarlet Witch and Jeff cover. Very glad to hear that everybody who's playing Marvel Rivals has realized that Jeff is completely awesome and also frequently infuriating. Pet Pool Party. This is a collection of multiple Marvel Unlimited digital strips all in one book. Nightwing 120 cover A. We'd gotten the variants a few weeks ago. We now have the A cover to this book. If you want the next chapter in Dan Waters' very cool crime drama Nightwing book, we've got it now. Infinity Watch number 1, a new series that most people probably won't care about, except for, hey, it's another Bendis Marvel vs. Capcom variant. This one featuring Thanos. Hello Darkness, Hexiles. December is spooky month now. Next issue of FML, cover A by David Lopez, cover B by friend of the store, Gene Ha. Flavor Girls is back. This is the first issue in the second series, Return to the Mothership. I highly recommend, A, that you read this book, B, that you also read the preceding graphic novel collection of the previous series, because this does not exactly catch you up on Flavor Girls. It's fantastic, really well-drawn, magical girl stuff, but this really presumes that you read the first series, which you should. EC Shiver Suspense Stories. This is an EC horror crime-ish Christmas special. Big book for the week for us, Doll Parts. This is the prequel series to Luana Vecchio's fantastic Lovesick series. Very, 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 very much not for kids. It is an A cover, a B cover, a C cover, and 2 different incentive variants, all by Luana Vecchio. Don't miss it. The Brood. This is the next of the From the World of Minor Threats books, following the recently concluded Barfly. This is by Heath Corson and I.N.J. Culbard. If you're reading Minor Threats in general, don't miss these little miniseries. They're very fun. Captain America, Coming of the Falcon. This is the first appearance of the Falcon in a facsimile edition back in print. Creepshow has their holiday special this week. Alien Paradiso. This is a new miniseries. It's got aliens in it. Archie Christmas Spectacular, another Christmas book this week. Probably not as spooky as some of the other ones. Batman Dark Patterns. This is Dan Waters, who's doing Nightwing right now, and also has another book that we're going to talk about in a moment. Doing a very cool, darker crime series for Batman. Art by Hayden Sherman, doing his best Eduardo Riso in this book. Graphic novel-wise, some cool collections of stuff. Nothing super huge, but definitely a little something for everybody. Displaced was a really excellent Lost-style sci-fi series from Boom that I think went under a lot of people's radar. This collects the whole thing. It's really excellent. If you know anybody who has ever enjoyed the show Lost, pick up The Displaced. It's doing a lot of the same stuff, a lot faster and a lot more interesting. And speaking of Dan Waters, this is a collection of the Ram V. Dan Waters, The One Hand and the Six Fingers, 2 interlocking crime mystery series, one from the perspective of the detective, one from the perspective of the killer. This is all, both series in their entirety in one book, in publication order, because you were kind of supposed to read them like the issue of The One Hand and then the corresponding issue of the Six Fingers. So instead of collecting them, all the One Hand and all the Six Fingers, they're giving them to you like you're supposed to read them, one issue of each. You get the whole book. This was great. I know Patrick was maybe not super crazy about some of the twists at the end, but I think this is still pretty cool. I shouldn't say too much about kind of what genre it fits into, but it's a cool, twisty, slightly sci-fi-ish crime thriller mystery. And we'll get to that one in a second. Hey, Mini Marvels. If you like Chris Chiuso, who's doing all those cool Marvel variants and also did our windows, this is another collection of his awesome Mini Marvel stuff. This is specifically Hulk-style stuff, but you can see from the cover there's a ton of other characters in it. The big book for the week, though, is Dogman Big Jim Begins. This is, I think, the 13th Dogman book. You may only see a couple copies here. That's because the majority of them live in sidekicks in a very cool Dogman display that I'm not going to walk over to because it would take too long. This has got to be the holiday book for like 90% of children that you know. We have a bunch of copies. We hope to have them through the holidays. But if you are interested in getting this for a younger person in your life, please come grab it soon or buy it on the line when it goes on sale on our website this Thursday at noon. I don't know how long these are going to last, and there's probably going to be a period where, due to holiday shipping and general warehouse things, we might not have them. I don't know. We're going to try. Anyway, that's everything for this week. It's got a whole bunch of stuff. I think I managed to do this entire thing without it stopping. Thank you, Apple, so much for changing the format of your recording screen so my thumb naturally rests about 6 millimeters from the pause button. Thanks for watching. Keep reading comics.